Stu, what pleased you most about your performance tonight?
Well, I think, probably to encapsulate the last last 4 games, 5, give or take, just getting after our process, how we want to play the game. And, by and large, tonight, I think definitely 3 quarters, we got it in our terms. Certainly the first 20 of the third, West Coast came out and took it to us. And then, importantly, it was good that, we fought back that last 10 minutes of the third. So I guess looking for those moments where we're tested and how we respond, and it probably dragged out a little bit longer than what we'd like, but there was a lot to like through, I guess, sharing the load, a lot of different looks through the midfield, Alex Davies, Bailey Humphrey, 9 different goal scorers. So felt like, just an even performance. There was clearly some individual brilliance in and around that, but come here to do a job, and felt like we did that.
That second quarter in particular, how ruthless was that footy from your guys?
Yeah, I think the power away from stoppage was a feature. They're really, really clean. I look forward to watching it back to see just how clean players are, and at different times, able to hold West Coast up, because they were cracking in as well. They certainly made it difficult, and at different times, pushed back really hard. So the constant conversation down on the bench was about how do we keep control of the game, and that always begins with contest, and then the what next part, which is what we've been working on, and proud of the way the boys went about it. A mature performance.
You touched on individual brilliance. What about Ballard tonight, his marking capacity?
Charlie, he just kept marking it, didn't he? And even, at different times, a couple of, spalls when, he was probably within his right to maybe just stand the mark, but he made that extra effort to get there, and we love when he plays that. It really inspires the boys. But his early body work, and he's got a great set of hands, and I think he'll appreciate the pressure which was applied on the ball to get that little bit extra height and put himself in really strong positions. But some good synergy down back from those guys who have played a fair bit of footy together, which is what we've been trying to do for sort of 4 or 5 years now, because there's games played and then there's games played together, and getting that consistency is really important to particularly any defence.
And Rao, I think 16 or 17 tackles in the end as well, to go with his other aspects. What did you make of him?
Oh, he was unbelievable tonight. I think he had 13 or 14 contested and 17, 18 uncontested tackles. He's just fierce. 600 metres gained, so really used his speed and his strength to get out of stoppage. So, statistically, a fantastic game, but visually even better. What a competitor! Yeah, he just thrives on AFL footy. I've never seen someone love their footy as much as Rowley, and there's something pure about it. Makes you smile.
The club hasn't had the history of winning by those sorts of margins. What does that do for you now to put on the throat and storm away?
We talked everything but the scoreboard to try and stick to how we wanted to play, and again, I think, like I said before, I think we did that, and I guess it's a reward. We take it and we move on. I think that's what we've done really well the last month or 5 or 6 games. Is whatever happens in the game, let's take what we need out of it and move on really quickly. After Melbourne last week, because of the time slot, we actually reviewed the game straight away post recovery, which is something a little bit different, and with the view that we made that call pre-game in order to keep on that cycle of let's get what we need, move on, keep working. Our training quality has been really, really strong. So big test next week. Look forward to it.
You talked about the last 5 weeks, how good and consistent you've been. The last 3 that without Took being 3. Are we seeing a more mature Gold Coast now that can lose a leader like Took and have others step up?
I think any team needs to, and we'd much rather have him in the team, but I think the players are well aware that, we don't need someone to replace him, and we just need to share the load even more. And I think Alex has been strong. He's a big man, hard to move off the ball. So really clean tonight, and obviously Bailey again, shows why he continually plays AFL footy, because he competes at the AFL level, and he can play any position and doesn't overanalyse, just gets after it. So it is pleasing. We've been trying to build a list that can withstand injuries, and it does. Everyone hurts. I know clearly West Coast Footy Club are in a really difficult space, and they're doing everything they can to pressure the opposition. And that, our boys are sore tonight, so they played hard, and under obviously difficult circumstances in terms of selection.
What was the message at quarter time? The stats showed you could have had the game well in hand at quarter time, but didn't make the most of the opportunities going forward, and you did in the second quarter. What changed, and who led that change?
I think we just stuck at it. We said we've got to keep showing up. We didn't reference the numbers versus the scoreboard. We just referenced the numbers and felt that the forward half turnovers were really high at quarter time, and felt like we just had to keep showing up defensively to then put pressure on offensively. And so again, we try to take the focus away from the scoreboard, and try to get our feedback from the visual and statistically.
Last for me, Sam Day came back. It's good to see him back out there, and a couple of goals. I think he's a couple away from 150, which would be pretty special for him and the club. Just a few words on him.
Yeah, well, Sam came in obviously and played that role that Levi's been playing, and did a great job. He's been in form, as has a lot of the players in VFL, and I guess credit to those players, and to keep showing up and not get disappointed that the spot might not open up, but just be ready. And that's what we've kept saying, just be ready to be able to do what Sam did tonight. He's really selfless, and some of his blocking and decisions with the ball in hand is important to us. And to be, I guess, with what he's been through with his injury, and particularly the hip, look, he'll get to that. I'm sure he'll get to that mark, and that'll be a good moment to reflect on his journey and durability.
What sort of confidence and momentum do you feel like you're taking into a big game next week?
Well, we should just take, I guess, some energy into that. We've pulled up really, really well. I haven't heard of any injuries. They're a little bit sore, as you should be, but we'll recover well and look forward to a big game. Brisbane they've hit their straps, haven't they? So we'll head to the Gabba looking to take the game on and hit them head on. And the last couple of years we've had some really good battles. So hopefully a big crowd. Hopefully our supporters can drive up the M1 and get there and get behind us as well. But either way, we'll look forward to it.
Stuart, how important is it from last week's disappointment, where you were in that match for so long and it was probably a few late controversies that probably cost you the win, to then turn around and come to a ground that hasn't been a happy hunting ground for you and put out a performance like that? How pleasing is it for that mindset in such a young side? Yeah,
I guess, proud of the maturity, and again, the age for us is becoming a little bit irrelevant, because a lot of these younger players have played some more games. So again, it's those games together, it's those living those moments together. I thought Witsy, as captain last week, spoke really well in the rooms after the game around how he felt. It was his 150th game, but he spoke about how proud he was of the group, and he could see that everyone had absolutely emptied out and we just didn't get the result. So I think he kicked it off, straight after the game around, let's look forward to getting over there next week. So I think we've won the last two here, and there's been a couple of close games against West Coast, so it's always difficult to come here and win, regardless of, as I said, clearly they're hampered as a footy club, but they'll be back.
Is percentage something that you're looking at now, going, well, that was a really great last quarter that you've put in and really jumped up the ladder a bit there?
Well, we'll take it, but you don't plan for it. Always, everyone says percentage is important, but not at the expense of of changing your style of play and getting the 4 points. I think if we continue to work on what does our process look like, therefore what's the outcome, and if it's a good outcome, great, and we'll take that, and percentage becomes a bit of a bonus. But we'll certainly take. I'm sure we went up tonight, maybe 8-9 or something like that. So we're not gonna knock that back.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.